Sup peoples, and welcome back to another video. So this is what installment is this? This is maybe like the 5th installment in my Write a Novel in 60 Days challenge. 4th or 5th? It's an installment in my Write a Novel in 60 Days challenge. Now, if you don't know what that is, for the last couple weeks on my channel, I have been having a video go out every week, every Monday, detailing my personal progress in trying to write a novel in 60 days, and the road bumps that I ran into, such as turning into a graphic novel, because the novel part wasn't really doing it for me. I just wasn't enjoying it. Much happier now it's a graphic novel. Spoilers for the message of this video. It also contains instructions for if you want to do the same thing. So yeah, definitely check out the playlist. I will link it up above. It has instructions, better explained instructions for how this challenge works and all that stuff. But when it comes to my personal progress over the last week, it has been fairly small. It's been a really busy week with me trying to get ready for August. I will link a vlog about that up above. But yeah, I've just been trying to get a bunch of stuff done, and I honestly haven't been able to write for all of them. But that's okay. You can skip a couple of these. It's not mandatory to do it every single day. I was sort of viewing it that way in the beginning, and then once I stopped viewing it that way, it was a lot better for me. Here's a little bit of like montagey stuff of me doing some writing and, you know, being inspired and happy because now I'm doing a graphic novel. Doing a graphic novel instead of a novel was the best decision I made. It brought the joy back to this for me. And it was just all around a really good decision, I feel like, because I wasn't having fun before when I was trying to write a novel, and now I'm having fun. My relationship to it changed. I was viewing it as I have to write every day. I have to write for this amount of time every day. I have to write this kind of book every day. And when I took away those restrictions and I was just like, I'm going to write every day that I can, every day that I want to. I'm going to write the kind of book that I want. In this case, a graphic novel, and I'm going to do it at the time that I want, for the amount of time that I want. Well, I still usually do 20 minutes if possible, because that's a challenge. And I also feel like that's just a very good amount of time. Usually by the time that 20 minutes are up, I'm a little bit like, oh, I don't know what should happen in the next scene. And then during those 20 minutes, I'm like, I have ideas. This is such a tiny microphone. It's so tiny. It's just the tiniest little thing. It's supposed to clip onto me, but I'm holding it because I'm not going to be going anywhere anyway, so I figured it might, like, make the audio better. Maybe it's making the audio worse, who knows. Anyway, yeah, so when it comes to how I transferred from a novel to a graphic novel, you can check out the previous videos in this first playlist that I put up there, the Write a Novel in 60 Days challenge, but I'll also link a video up above about comic book format, because that will really help explain, like, how I changed the formatting. Then when it came to my progress this week, let me find it. I'm writing it on pencil and paper, so let's see. Here we go. It's hard because my notes for this video are in the same book as my writing of the book, so it's like I don't want to lose my page. I have so far written, well, that's not as much as I was hoping, 18 pages. Almost an entire monthly comic, although it's not nearly close enough to be an entire graphic novel, but I still have a month to catch up and make some more progress, and I'm not too worried about finishing the entire thing anymore in the 60 days because I've had so many bumps along the road, but I'm viewing it more as like a learning experience about what kind of formats I like to write in and just bettering my writing in general in more of a learning to be a faster writer, almost like preparing for NaNoWriMo, which I want to do this year, which is very daunting. If I couldn't write one in 60 days, how am I going to write one in 30 days? But we're going to figure it out. If you also want to partake in the challenge, I will link the 20-minute writing sprints up above. All you need to do is one of them a day and write during it, and you're set. And I actually did the math, so it is technically possible to do this. It is. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve it. Now, while I didn't get too much done over the last week, I do think that my relationship to the writing has changed, and it's a lot healthier now. So this didn't just come about because of changing from a novel to a graphic novel, though, which is why my writing tip for this challenge is going to be, it's going to be all about writing routines. I had thought that the most convenient time in my day to write would be right before bed. I had 20 minutes to myself when everyone else was going to sleep and I was just alone before I went to bed, and it seemed logically in my mind that that would be the best time for me. And I hated writing during that time. I was tired, I was a little bit spacey, like I just wanted to like chill out, preferred to just listen to music and relax before bed. and instead I would force myself to sit there and write, and I wasn't making good progress, and I wasn't enjoying the progress. And when I decided to stop writing then and to just find a different time that felt better for me, I liked that a lot more. So now whenever I do the 20-minute writing sprint, it's right after I get off of work at night and my dad is making dinner and everyone's in the kitchen and there's music playing, and I just sit at the kitchen table and I write. And like everyone's around and there's nothing else that I want to be doing. It's just like I'm part of the atmosphere, but I'm also getting something done. And it made it a lot more enjoyable for me, and I'm making a lot better progress, and I'm having a lot more fun, and I'm not sequestered alone. Sometimes I want to be alone when I'm writing, but for some reason with this one, I don't. I want to be around people. I think that making that shift, even though logically they're both the same, and maybe doing it while my dad makes dinner is actually harder because there's everyone around distracting me, I still get more done and I still enjoy it more. So just feel free to experiment when coming up with your writing routine, and your writing routine for different projects might be totally different. When I'm working on my comic, which I'll link the videos about that up above, I want to be alone. I want complete silence. I listen to like very low music, almost in the form of white noise, because I should just get something to listen to white noise with. And I like to sit there for hours on end and just write and write and write and be completely left alone. I get very snappy whenever anybody interrupts me. But with this one, I want to do it in short spurts, and I want to be around people, and I want there to be music playing, and I want there to be people talking. And it doesn't have to make sense. It doesn't have to be the same routine for every single time. I do have a video on writing routines, which I will also link up above. I feel like it's really helped me write better to find a different time, even though really it's the same thing. It's just like there's a patch of my day where I have 20 minutes free and I could write in it. The difference between the two is very obvious in my writing and in my headspace when it comes to writing. And I think that the way that you go about your writing, the way that you focus on it, headspace and the mentality that you come at your writing with is just as important as the words that you get down on the page. Because if you're in a bad headspace or not liking what you're doing, then the words on the page aren't going to be any good anyway. So don't force yourself to like do something. And that's the main thing that I've learned from this whole experience. So my instructions, if you also want to partake in the challenge, this would be days 29 through 35 for you. I will link the writing sprints up above, as I said, and you can just watch one of them and write while you watch it, and that works great. You can also set a timer, but these add a little bit of like music and ambiance. And just focus on enjoying the process. Don't focus on whether you're actually going to complete it in 60 days. It's just practice. If you do complete it in 60 days, that's awesome. That's really impressive. Next thing, you gotta do NaNoWriMo and cut that time in half. But if you don't, then that's also totally fine, and just enjoy the process, because writers are people who love writing. Usually, I think. I'm sure there are writers out there who don't love writing, but I personally am a writer who loves writing, and that's why I do it. Because there's a million different mediums that you can tell stories through, and writing is just the one that I like, and specifically comic book and graphic novel writing. Hope that you don't do what I did and focus solely on the progress you need to be making and not the way you feel about that progress, because learning that those two things need to align for you to make good progress and to enjoy it really changed the way that I view writing a lot. And that's a big part of why I have this channel. The idea was that people could learn sort of from my mistakes and my process. I'm not a published author. I'm not like, I haven't graduated from college with a great degree in English or anything like that. I'm just trying to figure it out. And I thought that if I documented it, you could see what worked and what didn't, and hopefully learn from it and have some fun along the way. Plus, I just love making videos, and that's the real reason, but we're going to say there was another reason. Yeah, I don't know how to end these, so I'll probably cut out this long rambly part. Happy writing. I will see you in the next video next week. I have videos coming out usually 3 times a week. Once in a while it will fluctuate because I'm busier than I used to be when I came up with that schedule. But there are usually videos every Monday on this topic, the 60 Days Challenge, educational videos every Wednesday, and then a vlog every Sunday. And if there is not one of those, then I'm sorry, but hopefully there will be. I will see you in the next video. Bye.